Hi, my name's Noel. I'm a psychotherapist. Welcome to today's video blog, which is the third in a series of three about probably the biggest obstacle to personal growth and development, which is, of course, ourselves. And I say that not facetiously or sort of mockingly or anything like that, but it is the truth, really. We need to discover our own blocks to growth and learn how to let go of them. And in the first two videos in this series, there'll be links on the website to them. You can check out some of the common, what we're calling irrational thinking problems that we have in terms of moving on and growing and becoming more fully the best version of ourselves that is possibly available to us. I want to talk about a couple of things that may get in the way of you embracing a new version of yourself that can be operating the world in a way that you're happier with and achieve things in the way that you want to. And I suppose one of the first things I want to talk about is that personal change is uncomfortable. It very rarely feels right, and there's this thing of this sort of cognitive dissonance that happens whereby we commit ourselves to a course of change, and we somehow, I guess, always make the mistake of thinking that it's going to feel good. It's not, is the truth. It's going to feel uncomfortable. Personal change, real personal change, always does. It's a bit like, I saw a sort of joke cartoon the other day, which I thought was quite amusing, about exercise, physical exercise, where somebody goes up to a friend and says, "Oh, I feel rubbish, I feel terrible." They say, "Have you been for exercise recently?" "Oh, no. Oh, well, go for exercise, that'll make you feel better." And they, a couple of days later, see their friend and say, "Oh, my body hurts so much." "Have you been for exercise?" "Yeah, well, that's what happens when you go for exercise. Your body hurts so much." There's that sort of process going on in terms of personal change that unless we are moving forward, we're going to feel pretty stuck, pretty rubbish about ourselves. We're not designed to atrophy. But when we do move forward, there is another type of discomfort that's going to face us in that process. So we need to learn what the nature of that discomfort is for ourselves, and learn to accept it, and learn to tell ourselves this isn't a sign something bad is happening, this is a sign that something good is happening. So getting comfortable with a certain version of uncomfortableness around personal change is a key task that you need to engage with. The other thing is about letting go of old defences, or unbecoming is the term that we're going to use. There's a dynamic process in change, of embracing new ways of being, but also making space for that, if you like, emotionally, by letting go of old ways of being. We're very much creatures of habit and pattern, etc., and we revert to those habits and patterns. It's the way our brain is structured. I mean, our brain is a great thing, that what it does is it tries to automate as soon as possible so that we don't have to consciously think about too much, because our conscious mind is actually quite small. But shifting those automatic responses can take a bit of conscious effort and a bit of practice. But the trick here is to practice and just keep at it. You know, if you do it for 2 or 3 weeks, a pattern will become automatic and embedded and embodied within us. So it's about that. It's about having a realistic time frame, I guess, and understanding that these things take a little bit of time. And the third thing I want to do is talk about embracing life, really, which means to challenge some of the fears and anxieties you have. And if you've set yourself some goals around personal change, to then set yourself the task of becoming a bit more risk-taking for a while. Again, it's about sort of embracing sort of the new and learning to say yes. And you don't have to do that for 25 years, but you do it for a certain period of time, for the next few months, if that's your allotted period of time to embrace the changes that you've set as goals, then sort of learn to take a bit more risk during that period of time. And train yourself into being open, saying yes, embracing the new. And again, it's a thing about our brain, again, it sort of generally does come down to these sort of neurological sort of things. Our brain is designed to stop too much coming in, because there's so much coming at us. And it would be overwhelming if we constantly lived in that openness and newness. So, but we need to do that for a while if we've engaged on a sort of period of personal growth, is to then sort of challenge that setting in our brain and be open to the new, learn to say yes, learn to embrace. A certain amount of that is always useful in life, but not too much of it, because it can be quite exhausting. I hope that was useful. If you're struggling with change, do get in touch. You or somebody that you know, a loved one, is struggling with how to make changes and maintain them and grow and develop. Do get in touch. I've got lots of ideas. I hope that was useful today, the video. Do leave me some feedback. I like to think they're helpful videos. I don't know if they're helpful or not unless you let me know. And these 3 series of videos actually came from a suggestion for somebody on my Facebook page, so go and check that out. There'll be a link on the website to that as well. There's more information on the website. Go and check it out, noelmcdermott.net. If you need to get in touch and want to talk about sort of a program for yourself, some therapy, some personal support to help you grow and change, or a loved one, do get in touch. I set up care plans as well for whole families if necessary. info@noelmcdermott.net. That's info@noelmcdermott.net, or call me 07 506 319 745. That's 07 506 319 745. If you're calling from outside the UK, +44 and drop the first 0. Great to see you here. Hope to see you in the next video. Do take care. Bye bye.